the front row. We'll go back and do that again as soon as they get in place because it's a little confusing. All the Davises in the field are in this event. All right, Charlie Lawrence in the 62, Chris Davis in the 17, DeWitt Davis in the 367, Darrell Pollard in the 27P. The yellow number 24 is Dwayne Cody back for his first time in a BMW. The 5 is Dave Sutherland Jr. in a Toyota. The 15 is Jason Davis. And we wish his father, Phil Davis, well. Phil had a heart attack a couple weeks ago and is home recovering now. And in the 11 is Fred Felton out of Belchertown, Mass. in a Volkswagen. Here they come now. 8 laps, 7 qualifiers. Davis is sideways in front of Davis, and everybody gets clear. Yellow stays out. I'll check that. The caution is back out. And they will reset the field, the front of the field. Chris is trying to hustle to the front of the field. Everybody else is back where they were. There we go. So, Lawrence and Davis, Davis and Pollard, Cody and Sutherland, Davis and Felton. They're surrounded by Davises. Felton holding back a little bit, the rest of the field picking up speed. Here they come. There's the green, and this qualifying event is underway. On the outside, it'll be Chris Davis and Darrell Pollard working around Lawrence. Lawrence drops to 3rd. DeWitt Davis is 4th. Sutherland 5th. Here comes Cody in hard for 6th. Jason Davis and Fred Felton battle for the lead, and Chris Davis is in big trouble. Pollard hangs on. DeWitt Davis goes to the high side now, trying to move up the line. Cody takes the BMW in hard. Down low he comes, bumps into Sutherland. Bumps him out of the groove a little bit. Fred Felton moves up to the inside. Way out in front is Pollard now on the 27. Chris Davis goes 2nd. DeWitt Davis is 3rd. Lawrence is 4th. Felton's up to 5th. Cody 6th. Sutherland 7th. And 8th is Davis. Davis and Sutherland trying to get up in the back of the pack and work around Cody. They work underneath Lawrence. And we are halfway for Pollard, Chris Davis, DeWitt Davis, Fred Felton, Dwayne Cody, Dave Sutherland, Jason Davis, and Charlie Lawrence. 8 laps, 5 in the books when Pollard goes by this time. Shaping up for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and Felton is in there. Cody's all alone in 5th. Battle for 6th, Sutherland and Davis. Jason Davis. Pollard, 1 lap to go. Then Davis and Felton. Cody, Davis, and Sutherland. White flag flies. On the backstretch, Felton making the move inside DeWitt Davis. DeWitt takes it in real deep. Stuffs it right down there. Pollard picks up the win, and nobody advances except from the back of the pack. Here comes Jason Davis to snatch the 6th spot. Kevin Clayton from Winchester, Massachusetts. In the bottoms up, Nick's used car Pinto. Row 2, the 7 New Hampshire defending champion Beef Alexander. In a Pinto out of West Swansea, New Hampshire, that's the Troy Diner Alexander Sheet Metal Pinto. Alongside the 33 from Keene, New Hampshire, the Whips General Construction Volkswagen for Bill Chafee. Row 3 finds the 34, that's Randy Minns. He missed a week last week. Randy's back, ready to go to the front, he says. Out of Keene, New Hampshire, the Chafee Racing Capri, and alongside the 22 is Mike Patnode out of Keene and the Ice Cream Plus Volkswagen. Back with us in the 2, Ron Smith. Smith driving a Mustang out of Oakham, Massachusetts, the Buckley Auto Body Mustang. And in in the 28 from Keene, New Hampshire. That's driver Lyle Handy in a Pinto. First week back this season for Handy. He was with us last year in his rookie year. Smith is the big winner so far this year in mini stocks in the 2. He has 3 feature wins. Alan Anaki has 2. Beef Alexander and Fred Felton have the other 2. Connor, and it looks like we're waiting for a moment here. Anybody missing from the lineup? Nope. Connor and Clayton, front row. Alexander and Chafee. Mins and Patnode. Smith and Handy. Of the regulars, appears to be the only person missing. 2 people. Todd Merrill in the 9 is not here. Alan Anaki is not in yet. And Chris Norton, a rookie, in his 3rd week has not arrived, or maybe they have arrived late and they're getting unloaded and giving them time to get out here. Maybe not, too, by the looks. See what happens when you speculate and change the rules on you. All right, here they come. Connor brings them in low down the backstretch. Connor trying to get on it. Here he comes, looking for the green, and there it is. Clayton jumps to the front off the start, takes it hard into turn 2, and has about a 6-car length lead down the backstretch. Look out, here comes Min sliding off the track, but stays on it, nearly on it, turns it all the way around on the backstretch. Gets it back underway as the first lap is completed. It'll be Clayton, Chafee, and Alexander, and Smith, as you might expect. Here comes Chafee and Alexander starting to chase Clayton down now. And big time. Alexander way up in the 3rd groove coming off turn 2. They can't do that in 3 and 4. It flattens out too fast and he drops down a groove. Bill Chafee working to keep those 2 quick cars behind him. Halfway coming up for Kevin Clayton, Bill Chafee, Ron Smith, and Beef Alexander. Good battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Smith finding some room inside. Alexander sees the break and stuffs his car down there too. Chafee takes it up high, and Smith has 2nd. Kevin Clayton still hanging on to that lead. Ron Smith 2nd, Alexander 3rd, Chafee up to back to 4th now. Lyle Handy goes 5th, Patnode 6th, Connor 7th, and 8th on the field is Mins, who's having some real handling problems off turn 2. White flag is out. And now it is checkered flag time. Kevin Clayton, Smith, Alexander, and Chafee. And Lyle, hang in there, baby. Make the left-hand turn. And Lyle Handy brings it in for 5th, Patnode 6th, Connor 7th.
Then driving the 24K, that'll be Eddie Brio from Gardner in the Hebert Racing Engines, WD Construction Lumina. Finally, we have the 8 for Gary Knight, the 75 Dan Grasso, the 16 Herb Drug, and there's your field. Green flag is out. They head down into turn number 1. Bree on the low side gets the initial edge, and we've got trouble right off the bat in turn number 1 as Herb Drug takes a slide in. Dan Grasso just misses him and will bring back the yellow flag. Correction, looks like we'll keep the yellow out, so we're back up racing. Brett Rollins up front in the 12. Bill Bree right alongside with the 6X. Looks like Rollins now with the slightest advantage. Glenn Brio running 3rd. Bruce Batchelder 4th. Bramolini and Goodenough took it out for the 5th spot. Further back, it's Knight and Grasso at the back with Drug in front of the leaders. Last car on the lead lap at the tail end. Now Brio runs high, trying to get around Bree. gets a little loose running a high groove, and here comes Batchelder moving into contend with car number 77. It's Rollins out in front, Bree running second, Brio in third, Batchelder fourth, running low. Good enough, still trying to pick up a spot from Graham Malini. The top 6 cars staying tight with Rollins continuing to lead. Less than 5 laps to go. Bill Bree settling in for that second spot with Brio third, Batchelder fourth. Graham Malini has now moved back out into fifth, but here comes Good Enough right back on the low side of the racetrack. Brio looking for racing room. He'll try to grab second from Bree. 2 laps to go. Bree looking to mount a challenge back on Rollins now, but that doesn't work. White flag. Battle for third. Once again, Batchelder looks low in the 77. Top 4, top 6 in fact, will run nose to tail, and the win goes to Brett Rollins.
No change.
From Keene, New Hampshire, the doubling glass Y105 Lumina. Outside of him, behind the wheel of the 12 New Hampshire, it's rookie Kevin Blackmore Jr. Then in the 99 New Hampshire, that's Bill Burrows from Hillsborough, New Hampshire. And alongside him in the 10, it's Dave Knight. Look for the green this time by with rookie driver Russ Hersey and Jim Boniface, the veteran. In row number 1, green flag is out. Hersey gets the better of Boniface on the start, and he'll lead him down into turn number 1. Boniface tucks in for that second spot. Here comes Marquis running the high side in car number 28X. He's got third over Pat Node and now looks to the high side of Boniface, looking to grab second. At the line, Boniface holds the spot. Marquis running high, and just like that, moves out to take the runner-up spot, and now looks to go to work on Hersey. Boniface holds third, Pat Node right there in fourth, and Rugg fifth, with Rick Payne sixth, Blackmore seventh, Knight eighth, Weaver and Burrows. Challenge for the lead, Marquis right up on the back bumper of Hersey as they come off of turn 4. Hersey holds him off to lead the next lap. 3 complete now. Marquis will look high. Now he drops low. Hersey shuts the door going into turn number 3. Coming off the turn now to the line. Once again, the 13X leads. Blackmore, meanwhile, at the back takes his spot away from Payne, and now Marquis again shoots low, but Hersey hard into turn 3 and off of turn 4. Now Marquis got a line going into turn 1. Hersey is able to keep the door closed and holds on to the lead, doing a fine job holding off Jerry Marquis, who perhaps knows this track better than anyone. Now they're side by side, and Marquis got a pretty good advantage going into turn 1, and down low, he takes the top spot from Hersey. Now Marquis will lead him on lap number 7 with Boniface third, Pat Node fourth, Rugg fifth, then it's Blackmore, Payne, Knight, Burrows, 1 spot out, and Weaver close to the infield. 2 laps to go for Jerry Marquis. Hersey having another great run in second with the 13X. Next is Jim Boniface in the 88, and Todd Pat Node in the 24. White flag is out. Checkered flag this time, and with the win, car number 28X, Jerry Marquis.
Look for Russ Hersey in the 24, and back with us for the first time this year in the 98 is Dennis Maxfield. Dennis Maxfield in the 98, his first trip back. Johnny Seabold in the 1, and here they come. Eddie Brio still having his problems in the 29. It will be Griswold and John Meany leading them off. Glenn Brio having serious ignition problem in the 29. Cram and Shepard with Brio, then Barry Gray, Phil Needy, Kirk Alexander, Russ Hersey, Seabold. The 8 is Howie Dietz. Brio still having problems with the white 29. John Meany, your leader in the 15. Glenn Griswold goes second in the 60. The 5 is Dan Stebbins. 34 Shepard, 11 Cram, 29 Gray, 29 Brio, 44 Alexander, 24 Hersey, 5 Meany, 1 Seabold, 29 Brio, 8 Dietz, and 98 Maxfield. Sounds like Brio may be getting the 29 on track. Here's the move. The 60's got some problems. Stebbins and Shepard get by. Meany well out in front. Griswold pulls that 60 down, knowing he's got a problem, gets out of the way. Coming up on the halfway mark in this 8-lap qualifier. Check that 10-lap. Look out. Problems with the 24, and Hersey pulls it in. Caution is on the track. Caution on the racetrack. Checking Glenn's car, they say there's some fire in there, so they're underneath it with bringing it down for Glenn. He's going to get out. Of course, he appeared to be having an ignition problem when he got started. Really was missing pretty badly. Now they're going to check underneath, see what's going on as they pull off the back deck lid. Can't tell what they're doing, but they're... Field set. Stone, Avery, Kennedy, Cole, Batchelor, Rudolph. Here they come. Cole down underneath Kennedy. Kennedy to the high side of Stone. Cole down low as they battle for third. Avery's your leader. Stoney's going to use up a lot of racetrack trying to keep them both behind him. Kennedy gets up on the outside. Kennedy will stuff it down into the high into turn 3. Off turn 4 with second spot. Cole follows him through, finds the hole, and he'll take on third. It's Avery, Kennedy, Cole, Stone, Batchelor, and Rudolph. With 4 down, 4 out of 10. Halfway, coming up now. Avery, Kennedy, Cole, Stone, Batchelor, and Rudolph. Closer and closer. 2 to go. Cole all alone in third. Stone fourth. Rudolph fifth. Batchelor pulling out. Smoke coming out of the back of the car. 1 lap to go now. 1 lap left, and Kennedy makes a run on the outside. Batchelor limps into the infield, and here they come down to the line. Avery, Kennedy, Cole, Stone, Rudolph. Problems on the Batchelor machine. Looked like he might have been trying to hold it in gear. And then you started to see a little bit of... that's the Rubber Seal product Chevrolet for T.J. Small. Then the 20, the Cheever Tire Rusty Speed Chevrolet for Rusty Ball. The 16, out of Saco, Maine, the Want Advertiser Wheels Incorporated Mobile Commercial Lubricants Oldsmobile for Dave Pinkham. Starting in the 28, from Ascutney, Vermont, the Roundhouse Chevrolet for Dwight Jarvis. The 73, defending Modified Division champion. He's already had 2 wins this season. From Enfield, Connecticut, in the Turbo Blue Gas Northeastern Transport Chevrolet, Jerry Markey. And in the 17, picked up his first win since 1979, 2 weeks ago, from Lebanon, New Hampshire, the Jack Speed Shop JRB Transportation Chevrolet for Jack Bateman. There's a nice picture feature in our current program on Jack Bateman. Jack Bateman's old number 117 coupe is featured in here, along with a little bit of a piece on him. Here they come, looking for the green, and we are away. Second round modifieds. DJ Small in a little bit deep, comes out with a lead. TJ Small trying to hold it off, but here's Pinkham down inside. Small, Pinkham, Ball, Marquis. The 19 for Jarvis, the 17 of Bateman, the 19. Check that, the 28 of Jarvis running 5th, Bateman 6th, and the 19 of Stevens is his 7th. TJ Small, Rusty Ball, Dave Pinkham, and Jerry Markey battling for the top spot. Rusty trying to work Small on the outside. Small doesn't give any room there. Stays up high. Small drifts up, opens the door for Pinkham if he can get in there, and he does. Pinkham wiggles his way underneath, and Markey will follow him. So will Jarvis. Working on the halfway mark. The fast line is out inside, as it usually is here. Pinkham in too deep, but here's Jarvis's opportunity. Pinkham couldn't hold that nose down. Marquis found a way to get inside. Jarvis will take the lead coming off turn 4. Check that. Marquis takes the lead. Jarvis goes to 2nd. Pinkham to 3rd. Small 4th. Ball 5th. Bateman 6th. Stevens a distant 7th. 2 laps to go now. Ball and Bateman trying to get around TJ Small, and they finally do. 1 lap left for Marquis and Jarvis. TJ Small trying to hold the low side, and Ball gets by him for 4th. Here they come for the checkers, Marquis and Jarvis, and it's going to be Marquis, Jarvis, Pinkham, Ball, Small, and Bateman, then Stevens.
For the feature red winner Scott Zielinski from Irving, Mass. The Zielinski Sugar House Palmieri Electric Camaro. The 89 is David Rogers out of Barre, Massachusetts. Series Safety Equipment. Number 89, T3 is Al Guinan. 41 is Dan Fitzgerald, and the 13 is Bob Paterni. Here they come, we're looking for the green flag. It's Selman and Levy making up the first row. Green flag is out. Turns 1 and 2, and off the turn they come. It's Selman, Levy, Yuka, Zielinski running the low side of the racetrack. Finds room to the inside of Griswold. They'll battle for 4th. As Zelman leads lap number 1. With Zelman out in front, here comes Meany looking to the high side, getting a little bit out of shape. That allows Zelman to hold on a little longer. Meany now right up next to Zelman, but then loses ground as we've got a battle for 3rd. Zielinski in the 7th. Battles with the 08 of Tom Muka running the high side. Griswold is 5th. 6th is Guyman, and it's Paterni, Rogers, and Fitzgerald. Up front, it's still Zelman leading the way. Meany right on his back bumper in the 15 Mass. Zelman Zelman continuing to hold off the charge. We've got Fitzgerald in trouble on the front straightaway. He dirt tracks to the infield. This time, halfway marker is out. Meany gets way out of shape. Here comes Zielinski to the low side with car number 7. Scott Zielinski comes off turn 2 and grabs the second spot. Joe Zelman continues to hold the lead. Zielinski and Meany and Art Zelman getting on the binders. That crosses them up as Meany drops to 3rd. Muka is 4th and Griswold is 5th. This time, 2 laps to go, and now Zielinski will challenge Zelman for the top spot. Meany runs 3rd. Racing surface appears to be a little slick, especially as they go through the turns a little sideways. White flag is out for Zelman, Zielinski, Meany, Muka, Griswold, Materney, Diamond, and Rogers. Zielinski looking to move into contend, but still they're nose to tail, and he hasn't pulled up alongside yet. Zelman's going to hold on to take the win. Zielinski for 2nd. Whoever owns a black shop turbo, Matt from the 17X for Tom Cashman Jr. From North Swansea, New Hampshire, the Henniker Hardwood and Pallet, Putney Sawworks, Money Carlo. Then in the 17, multi-time feature event winner from Orange, Mass, the Mount Telly Kennels Malibu for Steve Drew. And outside of him driving the 87. That's Kevin Livigood from Royalston, Massachusetts, in the original Tire Camaro. The 86 is Corey Cashman from East Swansea, New Hampshire, the Lions Enterprises M&R Gun Sales Buick. And alongside him, the 53 is Bob Marion from Baldwinville, Mass, the Ron's Diesel, Broadway Environmental, and Firebird. Rounding out the field of 16 is Bill Powers from Turner's Falls, Charlie's Repair, Pontiac. Fisher Field for the 2nd, strictly stock qualifying heat. Bob Bazile and Paul Bonner bring the field around. Zile's been improving weekly and doing a really good job. With car number 6, he brings the field around looking for the green flag this time. There it is. Zile, Barnard, green flag is out. And coming out is the 23 of Trevor Downey from Ridge, New Hampshire. So he'll be more than half a lap behind. Up front, Barnard gets the edge on Bazile as they head into turn 3. Bazile runs low, Barnard runs high. They run down into turn number 1 with Barnard up high, and he moves out in front. With Bazile holding 2nd, here comes Morton in the OT looking to mount a challenge with Tom Cashman Jr. up to 4th. Now contact between Kachalski, Drew, and Marion. Marion gets the worst of it as he goes up the banking and loses several positions. Up front, it's Barnard. Drew with a problem in the 17. Now he gets it back going, and Kachalski, 2 with the 37. They make contact going into turn 3. Drew gives him a tap and gets back on by. It's Barnard out in front. Morton has now moved up into position number 2 with Bazile and Cashman going at it for position number 3. Cashman takes the spot. Bazile down low, back to 4th, and 5th is the 19 of Scott Cashman. With Livinger up there in 6th in the 87. Corey Cashman 7th. Drew and Kachalski dicing it up for position number 8. Barnard continues to lead. Consultation flag for the 17X of Cashman, and he immediately pulls off into the pit area. Barnard way out in front with 2 laps to go is having a good run with the 24, so that bumps Morton back up into position number 2, and Bazile back up to 3rd. Less than 2 to go. White flag this time by for the 24 of Barnard. Bazile looking to come right back at Morton, but he might just run out of time. Livigood makes the move on Cashman. He's got the 4th spot. Good run for car number 87. Checkered flag waving in the air for Paul Barnard. Great run for the win at car number 24. taking the win in the 24. Also, Rob Morton with a good run in second. Third, Bob Bazile. Fourth, Kevin Living, a great run with the 87, followed by Scott Cashman, Corey Cashman, Bob Patonsky, and Steve Drew. Heart Association, this money will stay in this area. And as we speak of them, we should think of one of the owners in our mini-stock division, Phil Davis, who works on the car with Jason Davis. Phil had a heart attack 2 weeks ago, and in fact, he had two in one day. And is home and now recovering. Might even stop by today, can you believe that? So we'd like to have you help out. Think about some of our friends in the racing business who have had heart trouble. Heart disease is one of the top killers of Americans, men and women in the country. And one of the ways that you can help fight heart disease by aiding the research of the people who have heart attacks and heart problems is to make your contribution to the American Heart Association. And as we say, the contributions you make today will go to the American Heart Association chapter here in this area. There will be a similar event planned with Doug Rudolph at the Spearhead at Riverside Park later on in the season. And I can see Doc and Al Diamond. Mike Bramolini's going to be helping out. Ray Connor, Glenn Brio, Joe Pollard, Rob Goodenough, and Charlie Lawrence. So among the drivers who have volunteered to help us in this collection. So along with Barry Gray, a chance for you to meet some of your favorite drivers up close. Here comes Chris Davis in the 17. See some of your favorite drivers up close and help a very good cause at the same time. So we'll be generous. And Ray Connor in the 87. Connor out of Athol, Mass. for Mr. Mike's Pinto. On the outside of the 15 from West Dummerston, Vermont, the Bird Street Auto Repair, Barge Construction. Vega for Jason Davis. Row 2 in the 1 New Hampshire, Kevin Clayton out of Winchester, Massachusetts, the bottoms up, Brooks Automotive Pinto, and alongside him in the 17 from West Swansea, New Hampshire, that's Chris Davis, driving the Buffalo Auto Parts Pinto. Row 3 finds the 7 New Hampshire for defending champion Beef Alexander from West Swansea, New Hampshire. Alexander in the Troy Diner, Alexander Sheet Metal Mixed Used Car Pinto. Starting in 6th spot, the 367 from Charlestown, New Hampshire, the Smith & Sons Auto Body, Tenny's Machining, Blair Auto, Bigelow Welding, Bobcat for DeWitt Davis. In row 4, in the 33, from Keene, New Hampshire, in the Woods General Construction Volkswagen, Bill Chafee, alongside the 27B from Greenfield, Massachusetts, the Rum Saab Repair, Swedish Auto Parts Saab for Darrell Pollard. In row 5, the 5 from Marlborough, New Hampshire, that's driver Dave Sutherland in the Ollie's 2 Pizza Toyota. And alongside of the 22 from Keene, New Hampshire, that's Mike Patno driving the Ice Cream Plus Volkswagen. In 11th starting position, in the 11 from Belchertown, Massachusetts, Fred Felton in the Joe Bean Auto Body Aldrich Auto Volkswagen, alongside in the 2, three-time winner Ron Smith out of Ocam, Mass, the Buckley Auto Body, Amherst Ocam Auto Recycling Mustang. Starting in car number 24 out of Westminster, Vermont, the D&L Auto BMW for Dwayne Cody, alongside the 28 from Keene, New Hampshire, a Pinto for Lyle Handy. The 62 is Charlie Lawrence from Winchester, New Hampshire, driving the Lawrence Excavating Bob Fuel Pinto. The 34 from Keene, New Hampshire, Randy Mintz in the Capri Racing Mustang. And the Chafee Racing Mustang in the 4, Alan Anaki. They're off under green. On the outside. In the 15, Jason Davis. Here comes Chris Davis up the middle. Chris Davis looking for a move to the inside. Davis will take it off turn 4, and he will have the lead with Davis, Connor, and Davis. Your top 4 down the backstretch now. They start to shuffle the deck big time. It's still Chris Davis. Jason Davis goes around. All around goes Kevin Clayton. Everybody else heads up the banking, including Ron Smith and Lyle Handy. They make contact. Jason Davis, the caution is out on lap 2. outside in the 367. The 27 is Darrell Pollard. 11 is Freddie Phelps. We're working with the scores to get that lineup set based on the completion. It was DeWitt Davis, Darrell Pollard, Beef Alexander, Fred Phelps, Dave Sutherland, Bill Chafee, and Mike Dwayne Cody. Then it's Randy Benz, Alan Anaki, Lawrence in the 62, Jason Davis in the 15, Andy in the 28, the 2 of Smith, then Connor, Clayton, and Patnott. Here they come, trying to make some moves. Chafee has some problems, and there's the green. Around comes Davis. On the restart, Davis trying to refire, goes from first to last quickly, and Pollard will be your leader. Somebody's got problems. I think it's Handy. On the backstretch, Pollard your leader. Here comes DeWitt Davis. Fred Phelps moves into third. Alexander fourth, Sutherland fifth, then Chafee and Anaki. Anaki just flying in a BMW from everywhere, all the way from the back of the pack. He'll move into the fifth spot as Handy pulls down to the inside. Pollard your leader with DeWitt Davis, Fred Phelps, Beef Alexander, Alan Anaki. Caution on the racetrack now for the 28. Car 28 stalling on the backstretch to bring out the caution. You can hear that thing pop as he went by last time. And then slows. Your leader in the 27, Darrell Pollard. DeWitt Davis in the 367 goes second. Then you'll have Felton and Alexander up in there, along with Anaki, Chafee, Sutherland, Smith, and Cody. Alexander, Pollard, Anaki, and Sutherland, Chafee, Smith, Clayton, Cody, Binns, Davis, Lawrence, Patnode, and Davis. This will be a big break for Chris Davis. He'll have a chance to get up through the field here in the remaining 16 laps. Here they come for the start. Green is out. Fred Felton on the high side, DeWitt Davis down on the low side. Here's Alexander up the inside. 3 wide, going into 3. Who's going to have to give way? And it's Alexander coming out with the lead. What a deck shuffle that one was. And they're still shuffling it around. DeWitt Davis has problems in the 67 now. Alexander, Anaki, Smith. Whoa, Alexander loses it. That's the door that opens for Anaki. He's looking for his third win of the year. Alexander continues to hold the lead. Anaki goes second, Smith third. Then it's Pollard, Felton, Davis, Clayton, Sutherland, Chafee, and Cody. Alexander trying to hang in there. Smith and Anaki putting on the pressure now. Here's Smith looking inside, down below the white line. Slides it up in front of Alexander, and he's got the lead. Ron Smith going for win number 4. Here's Anaki coming right back at him. Alexander, Pollard, and Felton really starting to dice it up now. And Smith begins to put some distance on Anaki now. Smith working on Anaki, but Anaki just can't hold it down. Closes in the corner, trying to run him down. We've got 8 laps to go now. They start putting some laps on the back of the field, including Patnode. Anaki closes back in on Smith's bumper. Alexander and Pollard come together off the corner. Felton running in 5th spot. Davis 6th. Clayton 7th. Then Chafee, Subone, and Cody round out the top 10. Look out, Mint's in trouble, brings it back, almost makes contact with Davis. Their leaders cross the stripe with 5 laps to go now. 5 to go for Smith, Onaki, and Alexander. Pollard and Felton, and Alexander could be in jeopardy. Subone spins inside of turn 4. On lap 16. Caution of the evening. Dave Subone Jr. coming around as he goes into 3. He makes the transition. Ron Smith, your leader. On the start, Onaki gets a run on him, but Smith holds the low line through turn 2. Smith down low, Onaki can't keep it down there. Lap 16. Ticking away now. Onaki works Smith over again as he begins to run away from Alexander. White flag. Here they come. Smith and Alexander. A sandwich around Onaki. Onaki trying to find some racing room. Wants to go down low, but the car doesn't want to go there for him. Come down, look out. Mims takes the 34 around. The leaders duck around Connor. Connor's a nice pick. Onaki banks him out of the way, spins Connor out, and goes after Smith. Connor spun over in turn 3, a 2 rather, backs out of the way. Here come your leaders, and it'll be Smith, Onaki, Alexander, Pollard, and Felton. So Ron Smith picks up his 4th win, his 2nd in a row. did with Beef Alexander and Beefy came up there and just couldn't quite catch those guys tonight. Outside of him in the 5 mass from Gardner, Massachusetts, the People's Fuel Oldsmobile for Phil Meany. Row number 3 on the inside, the 34 for Roger Shepard of Queechee, Vermont, the Shepard Construction Camaro. Outside of him, we'll be driving the 29 from Deltatown, Mass. The Meadows Motors Leon's Auto Buick for Barry Gray. The 44X will be Kirk Alexander from West Swansea, New Hampshire, the Alexander Sheet Metal, All Industries Brothers Tire Lumina, and next in line we have the 11 for Clinton Graham of Belchertown, Mass, the Joe Bean Auto Body Mobile 9 Pontiac. The 98 next up is Dennis Maxfield, making his first appearance of the 1993 race season here at Monadnock, regular from Hudson Speedway. Maxfield driving the 98 alongside of him. 24K, that one for Russ Percy. The 8 is Howie Deeds, regular from Claremont. And the 29 mass rounds out the field, and that's Glenn Brio out of Templeton, Mass. The Toy Town Auto Parts, Ebert Racing, Engines Thunderbolt. So there's your lineup for the 25-lap late model feature. Second feature event of the night. Lights are being turned on around the racetrack, and we're going to wait just a couple more laps as they get into the swing of things. The lights will be in full power in a couple of minutes. Next time by, says Kenny Isomo, we'll look to get this field of late model stock cars underway. Dan Stebbins in the 5, and John Meany in the 15. Stebbins' first pole of the year. They come. They're on the gas. Contact between Seabold and Meany as the green comes out. Heading into turn 1, it's Stebbins leading with Meany second. We're talking about Phil Meany that got into Seabold a little bit there coming off of turn 4. They're okay now. Seabold getting out of shape and now spinning. He almost takes Kirk Alexander with him, but Kirk does a tremendous job holding on to car number 44X, and he doesn't lose much, as the yellow flag will now come out for Seabold as Meany in the 15 gets right into the rear of Stebbins. Stebbins got on the binders. Caution on lap 0 for the 1. Johnny Seabold. Shot at Stebbins, as will the other Meany, Phil Meany, the 5 mass running third now. Stebbins sets the pace. There's the green flag, and the 5 leads him coming off of turn 4. Diving low for a moment was Phil Meany, but then Kirk Alexander blasts by on the outside with the 44X. He's looking now to move into second, trying to find a way around John Meany. Here they come for lap 2, and it's Stebbins running a fine race to start with car number 5 as he leads Meany, Alexander, Phil Meany, Roger Shepard, Barry Gray, Glenn Brio, Russ Hersey, and Clinton Graham, followed by Maxfield, Dietz, and Seabold. A real tight bunch of cars in turns 1 and 2 from Phil Meany on back to around Dennis Maxfield as Barry Gray makes the move to the outside with the 29. He's looking for 4th around Meany. Right behind him, Shepard looking for a way around Clinton Graham. Up front, it remains Stebbins with John Meany, running in second. Now Alexander finds room to the low side. They're real close in a battle for second, and Phil Meany goes around in turn number 4. Actually just gets real out of shape, but holds on and slows considerably, losing several positions. Tough break for Phil Meany, who's running up in 4th. Now Stebbins gets away as Alexander battles with Meany for second. Alexander will move up a notch into the runner-up position. Keep an eye on the 44X as well. Barry Gray now getting into the picture with the 29. He runs the Buick to the high side of John Meany, looking for that 3rd position. He holds on. Cram and Shepard having a heck of a battle for that 5th spot. And now Cram edges out on the backstretch. We've got a problem for Glenn Brio in the 29 mass. Sparks will fly from that race car on the back straightaway, and he comes to a halt near the wall. Yellow flag has been displayed once again. It's been a real tough night for Glenn Brio in the 29 mass. Now, 8 laps complete. Brio makes it back out with the 29 mass. He'll pick up at the rear. Next time by, we'll look for that green flag, and Stubbins hold on to lead some more. He's been doing really well. He's got Kirk Alexander to contend with in that front row. And right behind them, Barry Gray, who's always a threat with car number 29, running in 4th alongside John Meany, the 15, running 3rd. On the backstretch. Now Stebbins gets on the gas. There is the green flag coming off the turn. At the line, it's Stebbins. Alexander running the high side. Edges him coming off of turn number 2, and the 44X moves out in front. Stebbins running low. We'll try to hold on to second, but here comes Gray. Little contact between Meany, Cram, and Shepard. Shepard loses a couple of spots, then gets bounced by Dennis Maxfield. Comes down across the racetrack into Phil Meany and pulls into the infield. Tough break for Shepard, who lost control while running in 5th. Now gets it back going. Pulls into the pits right in front of your leader. Alexander, however, did not even seem to flick an inch. Yellow flag has been brought out as Shepard has stalled on the high side of turn 1. Shepard was trying to get to the pits and okay, we'll look for the green this time. Alexander already ready to go, and so is the rest of the field. The green is out, and to the line, slightly, it's Alexander out ahead of Barry Gray as they head into turn 1. Gray runs high, can't get the lead, but is still trying on the high side of the racetrack the hard way with the 29. Now he tucks in for second. Gives Alexander a little tap going down the front straightaway, looking through turns 1 and 2 to the low side. Gray, can he make the move going into turn 3? He's got the line on Alexander. They come together. Alexander gets sideways. Now contact. Brio, Stebbins, and Hersey have come together in turn number 4. Heavy contact there between Glenn Brio and Russ Hersey, who came in with the 24K and made contact after Stebbins spun in the 5. Tough break for him running in the 3rd position. Well, we completed lap number 11, and at the line, Barry Gray had the lead. Bonnie Jarvis will make one more round through the grandstands for the 50-50 raffle. So get your ticket up once again. The 44X will run second. Clint Cram is up to 3rd and 11. And it is the 15 of Meany. Dennis Maxfield getting a good break. He's up to 5th now at 98. Followed by Phil Meany. How he needs his 7th and 8th. And then Seabold, Stebbins, and Hersey comes back with the 24K. Once again, Side by side into turn 3. Gray and Alexander. Green flag is out. Now Cram looks low in the 11. He's trying to take second from Alexander, and they're both going after Barry Gray. A 3-car battle, real tight up front for the lead. Cram running low in the 11 has just about edged Alexander for second. Trying to catch Barry Gray as well. Gray, however, holding on as Graham has now moved up into second. This time it'll be 10 laps to go for Alexander. Graham and your leader, Barry Gray. Don Meany in the 15 running 4th, and 5th is the 5 mass of Phil Meany. Maxfield runs 6. Stebbins moves back up a notch to 7, getting around Howie Dietz, then going way up high, but holding on to that spot. Looks like now smooth sailing for Gray as he has put a little more distance between himself and Clinton Cram in the 11. Cram will try to come right back to challenge. He's catching Gray in the turns, but just can't find the line on him to make the move. Alexander is right there, so Cram makes one false move, and he's got a battle right behind him to hold on to that second spot. This time, 20 laps will be complete. 5 laps to go for Gray. Top 3 cars have stormed away from the rest of the field and are running nose to tail. Graham once again looking low but cannot make the move. Now he pulls right up on Barry's back bumper. Now Graham real low gets a burst of speed and gets back to Gray's rear bumper, but still has not pulled up alongside. 2 laps to go. Graham is still looking to move into contend. Now finds a little piece of the groove down low. Looked like they might have made a little contact there as Gray tries to keep the door shut. This time, white flag for Barry Gray. We'll see if Cram can get a run on him coming off of turn 2. This is tight. Looks like Gray might be able to hold on as they stay single file. Coming around Seabold, here's the checkered flag. Barry Gray holds on for his 4th win of the year. Jarvis is making her final pass through the grandstands for the 50-50 raffle. Got a fistful of money down there. Would like to see it bigger so you can get half of it. We'll draw the winning ticket right after the next feature, which is the Pro Stock feature. So get your ticket. We also have 2 8x10 color photos of the Ed Kennedy number 0 for the modified division. So we'll have something to take off. 2 people will get 1 of those each, along with the 1 person getting half the money in the 50-50 raffle. Bonnie's about at the flag stand, so she's still got to make it down to turn 1 before she's done selling tickets for last time. So you'll get your raffle tickets in here. Before we start the drivers' interviews out there, I just want to advise the fans as to the question here on behalf of
collected the money, but also contributed, and we also know that the contribution came from the track management. And while we had larger crowds here, obviously, and whether was not good tonight, I'm pleased to advise that we did raise $710.43 for the American Heart Association, to which we thank fans. Let's hear it. Clap for yourself, because without the support of the fans, frankly, this wouldn't have been possible. The drivers were happy to do it. They could on behalf of the American Heart Association, and especially you fans who made the contribution for the work of the American Heart Association. As you know, over 500,000 deaths per year attributed to heart conditions, and hopefully someday with the support that you've given tonight, we'll be able to overcome the problem of the number one killer here in the United States medically, that's heart problems, heart disease. So again, fans of Monadnock Speedway, you came through for the American Heart Association, and Rudolph came through for the American Heart Association for the work he's done. Thanks again. I know all of those patients are looking to the Heart Association for their kind assistance. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Okay, Carl, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner of the late models, Barry Gray. There you held off the charts there for the last several laps. Great run.
Thank you very much. The track felt a little bit slick, and, I think everybody else was having the same problem that we were, but we brought it home one piece, and that's the main thing. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Clips Auto Body, Tony's Radiator, Metals Motor Cars, St. Older Drugs, Leon's Auto Repair, and all you fans and people that raise money for the Merit Association. Thanks.
All right, very great. Fourth quarter of the year with car number 29 in the late model feature. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's your second place finisher, Clayton Graham. Clayton, congratulations. This car seems to be getting better and better. Yeah, it got revved up this week, but, we had some trouble. And got in the back of Barry, and that was breaking loose, and I was just looking for a place to get out. I found it, and I clobbered the wall, and went out pretty well. I like that. But, we came off of that, and then Shepard got into my wheel, and somebody got in the corner, but we did that pretty good. And rough night, but it turned out good at second place. Clayton Graham, good run with car number 11. Over here, Kirk Alexander. Kirk, congratulations. Wrong place at the wrong time with that caution came out, but still another great run for Kirk. I only got one thing to say. Barry, I will return to favor, and it's only going to happen once. Thanks. All right, congratulations, Kirk Alexander, your third place finisher. Speed, Sugarloaf Frosty, Calessa Farms, Pontiac for Bill Bree. Alongside of the 13X from Keene, New Hampshire. The Henniker Saw Shop, Timco Auto Body Pontiac for Russ Hersey. Row 2 and the 12 from Groton, Massachusetts. The Peter McLeod Electrician, Woodward Plumbing and Heating, George's Mobile Glass Camaro for Brent Rollins, and alongside in the 88, that's the old car, from Hinsdale, New Hampshire, the Countryside Disposal Bosworth Auto, Vermont Traveler Oldsmobile for Jim Boniface. In row 3 in the 21K from Templeton, Massachusetts, the Grand Paint, Hebert Racing Engines Lumina for Glenn Brio, and in the 6th starting position, car 24 from West Swansea, New Hampshire, for Brothers Tire, Patnode Oil, WYRY Horse Furnishings, Pontiac. Driver is Todd Patnode. Starting at 7th spot in the U2 from Ashby, Massachusetts, a J.P. Whittier & Sons Lumina for Mike Gramellini. In the 77, last week's feature winner, his first win from Springfield, Vermont, the B&B Imported Auto Repair Cove, Bruce Batchelor Jr. Starting in 9th spot, car 70 from Heartland, Vermont, the Glass Store Daniel Moving and Storage Camaro for Bob Rudd. In the 10th starting spot, car 28X from Enfield, Connecticut, the Turbo Blue Racing Fuel. Donatuck Motors Firebird for Jerry Marquis. Starting 11th, the 1 New Hampshire for West Swansea, New Hampshire, the Bob's Auto Service Pontiac for Rob Goodenough. Starting alongside in the 29 from Gardner, Massachusetts, Baldwinville, Massachusetts, the Baldwinville Garage Firebird for Rick Payne. Starting in 13th position, car 75 from Granby, Connecticut, the Airoli Paving Grasso Brothers Racing Pontiac for Danny Grasso. Alongside in the 12 New Hampshire, from East Swansea, New Hampshire, Kevin Blackmore in the Keene Automotive Detailing, Berger Auto Parts Camaro. Starting in the car, number 8 from Marlow, New Hampshire. In the ALC Agent Motor Oil TA Engines Pontiac, Gary Knight. Alongside Knight is his uncle in car 10 from Marlborough, New Hampshire. The Dave's Automotive ASAP Loop Center Camaro for Dave Knight. Starting 17th, car 16 from Fitzwilliam, New Hampshire. The Drug Paving, Fraser Furniture, Firebird for Herb Drug. In the 99 from Hillsborough, New Hampshire, a Camaro for Bill Burrows. Starting in 19th position, the 24K. Car driven by Eddie Brio Jr. out of Gardner, Massachusetts. The Hebert Brothers Racing, WD Construction Lumina. In the 69 from Keene, New Hampshire. In the Charlie Donahue Lawyer, Dublin Glass, Service Master Lumina, Matt Weaver. And in the 9, a former feature winner and almost a winner last week from Perkinsville, Vermont, the Black Sheep Farm, Spitzer Brothers Lumber, Portland Glass, Beretta for Mike Batchelor. Ken Isimone calls on the field to double up. We'll be set to go. 35 laps in the Pro Stock division. First appearance in this car this year, Dave Salzarulo. In the 4, here they come, looking for a start. Bree, Hersey, Rollins, Boniface, and there's the green. Down to the line with the lead, Bree. Rollins and Brio, Patnode, Batchelor, Marquis, and Gramellini with Goodenough. Bill Bree with a strong run in the lead. Percy second, Boniface third, Brio into fourth. Rollins back to fifth, then Patnode, Marquis, and Batchelor. Brio in the 24 pulls it out as the leaders come down to the line to complete 4 laps. Bill Bree, Hersey, Boniface, and Glenn Brio. Brio stuffed up against the wall by Boniface, had to back out of it. Then Rollins, Patnode, Marquis moves up, Batchelor and Goodenough. Brio working in behind Boniface as they run down for lap 6. Keep your eye on the Batchelor number 9. He's flying out of the back of the pack, trying to run down the leaders. 7 laps down, and Bill Bree is hanging in there. Mike Batchelor puts that Alsop engine machine to work, and he is flying. Fastest car on the racetrack right now. Bill Bree out front of Hersey, Boniface, Brio, Rollins. Marquis now is up to 6th. Patnode 7, Batchelor 8, Goodenough 9, Gramellini 10th. 11th is Rugg, and 12th is Batchelor. They work up behind the 69 of Matt Weaver as the field comes by to complete 10 out of 35. Goodenough working down on the flat part of the racetrack. Didn't do him any good. He can't gain any ground. Hersey trying to look out. Boniface goes around in the 88. And that will probably bring out the first caution of the afternoon, the evening, as he sits and waits. The dark number 88 of Jim Boniface, Gramellini, Mike Batchelor, and Dave Knight. And Batchelor goes out. The 9 of Batchelor pulls out of the track. After working his way up to 9th place from last, Batchelor pulls out of the race. Here comes the field for the restart. The back of the pack on the gas. Front of the field hits the hammer and hits here's the green. Look out, Patton spins. Dave Knight just misses him, and everybody gets by. Trouble on the backstretch as another spin comes off, turn number 2. Boyd and Mike Batcham are cut a break, and that restart goes down the tubes. And after what happened early in the season to Todd Patnode, when about every corner of that car got ripped to shreds, it'll be Bree, Hersey, and Brio. Brio down inside, Hersey opens the door for Marquis and Goodenough. Not quite enough, Bachelor gets loose, fights the wheel, dirt tracks into the corner. Holds on for 6th. Oh, Hersey and Marquis come together. Hersey's got troubles trying to keep that car straight as the field pours by him, and he'll bring it to a halt in turn 3. Extinguisher, checking it out. Could be a air filter fire. Caution remains on the racetrack. Mike Batchelor's back. He's lost 2 laps, I think. 1 lap. Check that road. Lap 12. Lap 12 in the books. Restarting lap 13. Salzarullo without the hood now returns. Let's see who's coming in. Hersey makes it back in. So Hersey gets the tire changed. Salzarullo is instructed that you don't race without the hood, so they don't put it back on. Restart of lap 13. They set it up. Let's see if they can get a nice even start this time. Here they come. Bree gets the break. Marquis is right there with him, and here's the green. Goodenough and Bachelor giving chase. Then it's Knight, Gramellini, Knight, and Rollins. Pair of rookies and a pair of veterans battling up in the top four. Here comes Goodenough, a good run off turn two. Works his way up, takes it in deep and hard into turn three and has third. Halfway out of a 35-lap event. Halfway through the event, and it is Glenn Brio, Jerry Marquis, Rob Goodenough, Bill Bree, and Bruce Batchelor. And this time the 69 pulls in. Trouble on the 99, he gets it back together as the leaders come by. 14 remaining in the race. Glenn Brio would desperately like to see this race go all the way to the end without a caution. That's the best chance he has of keeping Jerry Marquis behind him. Taking a high line through the corners to keep the RPMs up. No break and he can run all right. Into high traffic, caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack. Looks like under the hood. Nope, nothing. Ambulance up. Here they come. And Brio has the edge on the brake. Takes it out wide. Marquis trying to set him up. Brio takes him right up there. Now he's on the brakes to keep him behind him and back on the gas. And your leader will be Glenn Brio. Goodenough has moved up to third. The pressure's on Brio now. And Goodenough's back there to put some pressure on Marquis. Marquis looks inside. No room there. Sets him up. Tries to set it for the inside. Doesn't work. Quickest way is to take the high road off turn three. Marquis with just 8 laps to go now. Marquis looking inside, looking outside. Brio goes in a little too deep this time. Is he going to be able to hold on to it? Yes! Glenn Brio, Jerry Marquis, and Rob Goodenough pulling away from the rest of the field now with just 6 laps to go. Behind him, a lot of jockeying for position. Let's see what happens. 5 down, 5 to go. Left now, 4. Working it down to 3 to go for Brio. Marquis, trouble on the backstretch. Todd Blackmore on top of Dave Knight. Wicked crash on the backstretch, the 12, it looks like the 10 underneath, and Todd Patno to the 24 involved. Looked up here like Rollins was trying to make a move on the 10. They're trying to set each other up, and over they go. up on top of it. Todd Patno comes up on the back end of that, so with 3 laps left, actually it will end up being 4 laps left. Lap 32 is when the caution came out, 31 in the books. Water to wash the gasoline that's leaking out away as they push the 24 Pat load out. He probably just needs to refire and join the field, and he does. Kevin Blackmore's had a couple of bad days in his rookie season. They ripped the side off the car once and had to do a lot of serious straightening work on it. And it would appear as though that's still the case. Back to Berkshire Auto Parts again this week to do some more repair work. Talking with Dave Knight at Dave's Automotive in Marlboro this afternoon, as a matter of fact, and I said, "You coming down tonight to race?" He said, "Yep." He said, Dave Knight's car's been removed, so I guess they're going to be able to let the Blackmore car down here in a second. Looks like he's fired up and drives away, so Knight's okay. A whip fender, and he came out of it a lot better than it looked like from the outset. The question is whether Kevin Blackmore lost too much gasoline from his car. We'll wash that off because the gasoline itself can do a number on the blacktop. Get that washed off, get the speedy dry on it. Took it away from him, so I don't know where it is. Took off his rear deck lid to check the flow of gasoline back there. Amolini, Knight, Rollins, Hersey, and here they come. There's the green. We're ready to roll. They'll take a high line over that speedy dry area, coming down to complete lap 32. Next time by, 2 laps to go for Brio, Marquis, and Goodenough. Here they are. Brio takes it into turn 2 and down the backstretch. Marquis is going to have to reel him in big time. They're coming down for the white flag now. Here comes Marquis trying to get it set up to make a run. Rob Goodenough is right there with him. Marquis sets it off turn 2. Glenn Brio is looking for his first checkered flag of the year, and here it is. Brio, Marquis, Goodenough. Bill Bree and Bruce Batchelor, and Glenn Brio has gotten his rookie win. Grasso looks a little unhappy, but there he goes. Good afternoon for some.
Great for others. Fortunately, both Kevin Blackmore and Dave Knight came out of that last confrontation in good shape. Kind of thing that keeps the racing season interesting. Very happy crew coming up here. Give Glenn a chance to get out. Well, congratulations, and we'll let him get in here and get his gloves off and get out and meet the crowd and the family. Get all those straps unstrapped and those radios on the radio. Jerry Markey over with a handshake. Let's give a big welcome, because here he comes, Glenn Brio! Couple of happy Brio family members here, Glenn. This is the one you've been working on ever since you got into this car.
Yesterday, the guy's been always there, able to do it. We just had to get a little luck going our way. We really didn't need that caution. It's feels real good to meet Jerry Mackey like this. He's one of the best. I want to thank all the sponsors, even racing engines. The guy just was covering. He knows all that. Rules Restaurant and WD Construction. I want to thank the crew. Thank George and Kelly for giving us this opportunity.
First time. Another first timer in victory lane after Bruce Batchelor's first win last year. And Jerry Markey, I guess they've watched your example too many times. You teach these kids too much. The servant company got a fair expense, So Jerry Markey, our second finisher, and Rob Goodenough with a pair of wins to his credit this year, and you had a chance to watch a pretty good race from third. It was exciting. I was hoping before all opened up, we were hanging on, and Jerry looked like it was a pain win about the same as me, and we did well. I want to take a few minutes and thank Connie Richardson from Classic Machine for his help. I'd like to thank Danny Mann and Russ Barker. I'd like to thank Jim Hancock and all the rest of the crew, the guys that really put it all in and giving us a big pat on this year. It's really strong. I hope we can go for a good season without all that. We wouldn't be doing as well as we are. Thank you to everybody at Team Hanson also. Good run for Rob Goodenough to finish third. Fair wins already to his credit. And we'll see him back in victory lane 2 coming up.
Luke Stone. Outside of him, driving the 20 from Keene, New Hampshire, the G-retired Rusty Speed Chevrolet for Rusty Ball. Row 3 inside, the 9 from Somers, Connecticut, the Porter and Chester Institute machine for Dan Avery. Outside of him in the 16 from Saco, Maine, the One Advertiser, Wheels, etc., number 16 for David Pinkham. The 0 next up from Coppell, Texas, the Roberts Auto Sales Pedersen Floor, number 0 for Ed Kennedy. Alongside him in the 28 from Ascutney, Vermont, the Roundhouse Chevrolet for Dwight Jarvis. Behind the wheel of the 133, starting to the inside of row number 5, 9 starting position. He's from West Hartland, Connecticut, actually Riverton, Connecticut, but in any case, it's the Charlie's Radiator, number 133 for Wade Cole. Alongside him, driving the 73, defending modified and pro-stock champion. Out of Enfield, Connecticut, the Turbo Blue Gas, Northeastern Transportation, number 73, it's Jerry Markey. Next up, we have car number 17. From Lebanon, New Hampshire, the Jack Speed Shop, JRB Transmission, number 17 for Jack Bateman. And alongside him in the 00. Out of Springfield, Vermont, the American Legion, ABC Motors, number 00 for Bruce Batchelder Sr. Final row on the grid, driving the 98 from Hubbardston, Massachusetts, the sponsor wanted Dodge, it's Pete Thurston. And rounding out the field, driving car number 19 from Claremont, New Hampshire, the Al's Electrical Valley Building Supply Pizza Hut, number 19 for Keith Stevens. someone forgot to do it after the post docks. There will be a 50-50 raffle drawing immediately following the modified event. The box is still down there with the tickets in it, so hold on to your ticket stubs. We haven't done the drawing, and it will be a 50-50 as soon as certain people up here remember to do it when they're supposed to. Modifieds, 35 laps. Rusty Ball, 9 Dan Avery, 16 Dave Pinkham, the zeros at Kennedy, 28 Dwight Jarvis, 33 Wade Cole, 73 Jerry Markey, 19 Keith Stevens, and 17 Jack Bateman. Barring the return of Bruce Batchelor. Check that, the 19 is Roger Raymond. Roger Raymond is at the wheel of the 19. See how much attention I pay? So Raymond in the 19 and Batchelor is back in the 00. So let's see how this one goes. Raymond in the Keith Stevens Dodge. Here they come. On their way. Green is out. Turn 2, everybody bumping and thumping. Rudolph, Small, Ball, and Stone. Rudolph in deep, TJ down underneath. Rudolph taking the high line, TJ taking the low line, and Ball's to the outside now. The battle for second. Small on the inside, Ball on the outside. Then it's Pinkham, Avery, Stone, Jarvis, and Kennedy, Cole, and Markey. Contact, TJ Small up over the back of Rusty Ball's car, and the caution comes out as everybody gets on the binders. Dicing for position going into turn 2 and off on to turn 3. And TJ got up over the back of Rusty's car. Rusty going into the pits for help. Everybody else on the binders, the decks get shuffled. We go back to the last green flag lap, which will be lap number. Rudolph back in. Lucky for Dunkhoff, where he was ahead of all of that bumping and thumping. Ball is back with the repairs made to his left rear. Rudolph is back in, still making some quick trips into the pits for the crew to take a look at the car. Pinkham and Avery will share the front row in the restart. Then it'll be Jarvis and Kennedy with Markey and Bateman. Should be the closest group. 2 winners there in the third row. The only 2 winners there in the third row, I should say. And who's back? nice flawless back, although it looked like something was dragging. Saw some sparks there as he bottomed out a little bit. See how it goes, and I guess we will not have Roger Raymond back tonight. All right, ready to go. We start lap 4. Here they come. Bingham gets the break. There's the green. Avery slides into second. Jarvis to third. Yellow back out. Let's see if everybody gets on the binder safely. Bad start. He wanted them side by side, and they weren't. So we'll try them again. Monadnock win. Kennedy on his bumper, Marquis, and look out! Trouble on the 00 will bring out another caution flag as the tire goes down, and trouble in the wall. Kennedy just creamed the backstretch wall. Let's get a crew over there to Kennedy. The front of that car is just ripped apart. I didn't see what happened. We were watching the 00, who's now heading into the pits to get that tire fixed. I thought it did. Right front is down. He's heading in for a tire change. I'll have to come back up through the field on the restart.
Set for a and the tires in the corners. Those guys could come together. Marquis trying the outside, and here's Bateman looking for second. Every time Marquis goes up, Bateman goes down. Marquis working the outside on Pinkham again, and Bateman moves in for that second spot. Dave Pinkham trying to hold him off. Marquis now turned up the wick on the outside. Coming down to 24 laps complete. Pinkham works him to the outside, holds on for another. Marquis on the outside, they touch. Down the backstretch. Pinkham and Marquis come in. Pinkham takes him up. 10 to go, and here's Bateman. Both cars working them back and forth. Super battle. Super battle, here they are. Marquis once again to the outside. Pinkham a little unstable in the corner this time. A little slower car almost got in the way. Look out, contact. And Pinkham has lost the lead. Marquis grabs it away on lap 28. Pinkham held on as long as he could, but it looked like the tires started to go away. And Marquis on his way to win number 3. Pinkham goes second, Bateman third, Bull fourth, and Avery fifth. The laps tick away now, and Marquis clearly the faster race car. Jack Bateman trying to secure that number 2 spot now. Bateman works him high and low. 4 laps left. Marquis running away now. Pinkham with the power on the straightaway, but he doesn't quite have it in the corners. He moves that tire up as they work up behind Rusty Ball. 2 laps to go now. 2 to go for Marquis, Pinkham, and Bateman. Wade Cole goes fourth, Avery fifth, white flag. 1 lap. And he's going to take 1 more lap. Here's the checkered flag for Jerry Marquis. Pinkham for second, Bateman for third, Cole and Avery for fourth and fifth.
Radiator. Cohen Auto Supply, Charlie's Repair Shop, number 6 for Bob Bazio. Alongside him in the 24 from South Deerfield, Mass. This is your Bourbon Chevrolet Meadow Ridge Golf Center, number 24. That's Paul Barnard. Row number 2 on the inside, driving the 15 Mavs. It's Dave Meany from Gardner, the Toytown Auto Salvage Camaro, and alongside him in the 19 from Keene, New Hampshire, the J&L Auto Body Buick for Scott Cashman. Row number 3 on the inside. We go to car number 22 for Joe Zellman from Lake Pleasant, Massachusetts, the Custom Auto Body Lino Landscaping Camaro, and outside of him the 46 out of Whately, Massachusetts, the Joe Bean Auto Body Athens Restaurant Buick. That's Jeff Griswold. Driving the OT from Athol, Massachusetts, the original tire Monte Carlo for Rob Morton, and outside of him behind the wheel the 08 out of Oakham, Massachusetts, the Ludlow Vault, Amherst Oakham Auto Recycling Woodhaven Collision Oldsmobile for Tom Buca. Then in 9th starting position driving the 13 out of Winchendon, Massachusetts, the Paterni's Auto Zeke Design Camaro for Bob Paterni. Outside of him in the 37 from South Deerfield, Massachusetts, it's the Sugarloaf Frosty Firebird, car number 37 for Walt Pachalski. 11th starting position, that's the inside of row number 6. It's the 7 of Scott Zielinski from Irving, Mass., the Zielinski Sugar House Palmieri Electric Camaro. And alongside him, driving the 17 out of Orange, Massachusetts, the Mount Tully Kennels Malibu for Steve Drew. The T3 is next up, out of Orange, Massachusetts. The Al's Quick Lube, number T3 for Al Diamond. Outside of him in the 86 from East Swansea, New Hampshire, the Lions Enterprises M&R Gun Sales Buick. That's Corey Cashman. Starting position number 15 goes to the 87. He looked real good in his qualifying. He had a good run. We're talking about Kevin Livingood from Royalston, Massachusetts, the original tire Camaro, and outside of him the 89 for David Rogers of Barry, Mass., the CRE Safety Equipment AMD Auto Market Camaro. Row number 9 inside the 41, and that's Dan Fitzgerald of Templeton, the MR Haley Plumbing, number 41. Alongside him, behind the wheel of the 53, that's Bob Marion from Baldwinville, Mass., the Ron's Diesel Firebird. The 23, next up is Trevor Downey from Riddens, New Hampshire, the Homebrew Crew Pontiac. Outside of him, behind the wheel of the 16, that's Bill Powers, out of Turner's Falls, Mass., the Charlie's Repair Machine. Rounding out the field will be the 17X for Tom Cashman Jr. from North Swansea, New Hampshire, the Henniker Hardwood and Pallet, number 17X. There's the green flag. The Strictly Stock feature event is underway, and to the line, it's Bob Bazio taking the initial lead. Bazio and Barnard side by side coming off of turn 2. And Barnard will now edge out. Bazio gets a tap from behind from Meany. And coming around to lead the first lap, it's a dead heat, real close. Looked like Bazio might have had it by a bumper, but now Barnard once again edges out in front. The 24, Suburban Chevrolet Townline Garage, number 24. We got a spin coming off of turn 2. That's Corey Cashman, the 86. As Barnard leads, Bazio getting bounced around as now Zellman bangs on the door. Amini goes by, he grabs second. Bazio third, and here comes Griswold moving up the high side of the racetrack with the 46, and he is looking to take the third spot. Zellman is currently 5th, Norton is currently 6th, and it's Zielinski in 7th with car number 7. Meany gets into our leader and turns him around coming off of turn 2. Paul Barnard with some slight contact goes around. As well, Corey Cashman is around with the 86. Finally, we get the yellow flag. Oh, Tom Cashman Jr. hits the wall on the front stretch, and he's heading down pit road as well with the 17X. To go, Jeff Griswold and Bob Bazio share the front row. Joe Zellman, the 22, up to 3rd. Scott Zielinski right up there in contention. He's 4th now with the 7. And rounding out the top 5, 17 of Steve Drew. is out there tight right up front. Zielinski tucks low with the 7. Bazile gets a little bit out of shape with the 6, and Griswold will lead him through turns 1 and 2. Now Zellman puts the 22 to the runner-up spot. Right behind him, Zielinski is coming fast with the 7, and here comes Steve Drew with the 17, also moving right along. Rob Morton in the OT gets around Bazile down low, and here comes Muka in the 08, and he'll look to move into the top 6 cars. Up front, Zielinski on the outside grabs second from Zellman. The 7, on a roll, has now moved up to position number 2. He'll now go to work on Griswold in a battle for the lead, and look who's coming up the outside as well. It's Steve Drew in the 17. We've got trouble on the back straightaway. David Rogers and Bob Marion have come together. Rogers stalls to the inside of the back straightaway in the infield as we've got a battle shaping up for the lead. Zielinski moves on by with car number 7. And now Drew looks to move to the inside. The door gets shut and he stays in third. Now Rogers gets the 89 fired up as Zielinski is out in front. Now Rogers stalls again with the 89. Halfway marker is out. Griswold still holding that second spot. Drew is third. Moving into fourth now, the 08 of Muka. He's having a good run there. And we've got a spin in turn 4. It's the 24 of Paul Barnard, and a spin off the back straightaway. Joe Zellman goes around with the 22. Definitely yellow flag now as the back of the pack is ready to go. Zielinski setting a slow pace. The yellow stays out. We're getting kind of wild there in the middle of the pack. Cashman pulls out a line. Downey and Guyman are ready to go, but they got to wait as the pace setter is Scott Zielinski in the 7. Try to get him started this time. Hopefully no serious sheet metal damage will be done this time. Green flag is out, and coming off turn number 4, it's Scott Zielinski with car number 7. Here comes Drew down low on Griswold. Griswold drifts up, and Drew down on the low side. We've got trouble with Trevor Downey, Al Guyman, and a hard shot. Guyman gets slammed by Corey Cashman. The yellow flag comes out once again. Lap number 10. Downey had a problem. Fitzgerald, look out. Muka just misses Downey on the back straightaway as that dark green car. First and top-ranked drivers in the season, and they'll get a chance to battle it out. Zielinski always with a fast car. Drew very competitive this year. Jeff Griswold, the 46, is the top rookie, running very, very well also today with a 46. He's placed in third. Zellman and Muka have been swapping positions, and looks like Zellman has position number 4. Muka drops back a notch to position number 5. Then it's 6th is the OT of Morton. Maturity in the 13 is unofficially 7th. Kevin Livingood 8th. Bob Bazile 9th. And Dave Meany has worked his way back up into the top 10 to 15. Just out the top 10, Tom Cashman Jr. with Dan Fitzgerald at 41. And Paul Barnard back there with car number 24. Scott Cashman pulling away from the starter stand, and he'll pick up at the rear with the 19. Next time by, Kenny says, get ready for green. Zielinski and Drew. This ought to be an exciting restart. Zielinski and Drew side by side. We'll see what's going to happen as they begin to pick up the pace. Off turn 4, green flag is out. It's Zielinski with the advantage. And he gets way out right away. A couple of car lengths over Drew. Drew tucks in for second. Griswold third. Zellman knocking on the door. He's fourth in the 22, and then it's Morton up high in the OT. Mucco coming in to challenge. To the high side of True is the 46 of Griswold, as Zielinski is way out in front. True running low, and Griswold will get around him on the outside. He's got the slightest advantage on him. Now True comes right back down low in the 17. Meanwhile, about fifth on back there, dicing it up. Tom Mucco alongside Bob Morton in the OT. Bob Paterni, the 13, is right there to contend. He moves right in on Morton and Mucco. Behind him, Tom Castman Jr., Kevin Livingood, Dave Meany, Mazzaio, and Pachowski. Zielinski way out in front. Steve Drew, the 17, holding second over Griswold. And it's Zellman. Here comes Mucco down low in the 08. He's looking to grab the spot. He's going for position number 4. Zellman shuts the door, and we've got trouble. Morton gets on the binders and goes around, but keeps going. A complete 360, gets back on the gas, and will stay under green. Now, less than 5 laps to go for Zielinski to take his 3rd win of the year. Steve Drew, your second place car, 17. Now all alone, Jeff Griswold holding off Joe Zellman and Tom Mucco, battle for 3rd. 17 laps complete, 3 to go. This time, 2 laps remaining for Scott Zielinski. Drew looks like a solid second right now. Griswold looking to hold on for 3rd. Zellman and Mucco battling it out for the 4th spot. Mucco dives low, looking for that 4th position. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Zielinski. Here comes Mucco low on Zellman. We'll watch that battle for 4th as well as the 7 pulling away. Checkered flag is in the air for his 3rd win of the year, Scott Zielinski, car number 7. And for that spot, not only does Mucco get by, but Cashman does as well. They'll finish 4th and 5th. Sunday at noon. Fundraising right